Let us learn about corrosion. Look at the picture here. It is a ship and it is in a bad condition. Do you think it was manufactured the same? No. What happened to it? It has undergone rusting. This article has lost its original shine and strength because of corrosion. We will discuss it in detail. It is an oxidation reaction with atmospheric oxygen in the presence of water on the surface of a metal. Again, it is an oxidation reaction with atmospheric oxygen in the presence of water. During corrosion, oxides, hydroxides and sulfides of metal are formed. It happens in the presence of oxygen and water. The corrosion of iron is called rusting. Rusting has happened to this ship, which has led to its loss of shine. Condition necessary for rusting: moisture, air, especially oxygen. What happens during it? Iron reacts with moist oxygen and a brown colored substance is formed, which is Fe2O3.XH2O. Don't get confused by X here. X is the number of water molecules which gets attached from the moist air. So the formula is Fe2O3.XH2O. X represents number of water molecules attached to ferric oxide. So, how can we prevent rusting or corrosion? By painting, greasing, electroplating, galvanization, alloying. Preventing rusting, we can apply paint. Most of the metal surfaces, like this railway coach, has been painted, and similarly this car has also been painted. This prevents the metals from corrosion. Greasing. The application of greasing on metal surfaces helps to prevent the contact of metal surface with air and moisture to prevent its corrosion. For example, lubricating bicycle parts with grease to reduce friction and prevent corrosion. It leads to protection of the article for a long time. Electroplating. It is the process of coating a thin layer of metal over the other alignment. The electroplating is a process based upon electric current. Thin layer of metal is placed over the inferior metal. It has to prevent corrosion. Like iron is electroplated with copper or chromium to prevent rusting. For example, taps, doorknobs are electroplated with chromium or copper. Galvanization. It is the process of depositing thin layer of zinc on an article. Symbol for iron is Fe, and we coat it with a zinc layer. This zinc layer combines with oxygen from air and form zinc oxide and coats the surface of the metal. And this zinc oxide layer is impermeable now. Thus, it prevents further oxidation of iron and protects it from rusting. Why aluminium and zinc are self-protecting metals? Very important question. Aluminium and zinc reacts with oxygen from the air and form their respective oxides. These oxides act like a protection over the iron surfaces and makes oxygen and water impermeable to the metal surface. It prevents further attack of metal by air. Zinc oxide and aluminium oxide act like a barrier. Respective oxides of aluminium and zinc are formed, which prevents further attack of metal by air. This is a very effective method to prevent rusting. Next question. Write chemical formula, color and gas responsible for corrosion. In the case of copper, silver and iron, copper Cu, gas responsible for its corrosion is CO2, that is carbon dioxide. Copper, after getting corroded, forms a compound copper carbonate, copper hydroxide, and is green in color. Silver undergoes corrosion because of hydrogen sulfide gas present in the air and forms a black colored substance known as silver sulfide, Ag2S. Ag2S. For iron, moist oxygen is responsible and the color is rust, that is reddish brown. Next process is alloying. It can be defined as a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. You must have seen stainless steel articles in your house. That is an alloy. It is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals and sometimes a metal with a non-metal. It is the common and most effective method to prevent metals from corrosion and to extend a metal's durability. That means it extends the life of a metal. It brings changes in the properties of metal. Characteristics of alloying. Here we are having some examples of alloys. You may see the constituents of alnico here: aluminium, nickel and cobalt. It acts like a permanent magnet and is used for making permanent magnets. Next one is brass, made up of copper and zinc. It is corrosion resistant and hard and is used for making utensils. Bell metal, made up of copper and tin. It is also known as bronze. It is sonorous, hard and is used for making bells, gongs, etc. Next is German silver, made up of copper, nickel and zinc. It has a silver appearance and is used for making coins. Next is duralumin, made up of aluminium, copper, manganese and magnesium. It is strong and light and used for making parts of vehicles. Steel, made up of iron and carbon. Very hard and strong substance, used for making bridges, ships, etc. Solder is made up of tin and antimony. Tin has symbol Sn, antimony Sb, and it have low melting point and is used for joining metal parts. Bronze is made up of copper and tin. It is corrosion resistant and hard, used for making statues, coins, etc.